This is John at Give Back Adventures. It is August 14th. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, I've been riding for about 3 hours. It's been extremely steep. I've already gained 3,000 feet of elevation, and I've only gone just under 20 miles. I like to try to make it to Cuba today, the city in New Mexico, not the country. It is about a 78-mile ride or so, but it's got over 8,000 feet of elevation gain, which in this heat, that'll be really tough. But I'm going to do my best, keep on moving. This is a pretty rocky and sandy, as you can see in front of you. But I'm going to keep it rolling just for a short period of time. It's just a long, gradual climb, but not without lots of bumps. But anyway, here we go. Just have to kind of pick and choose your route. Uh-oh, that was close. These slabs of rock, I don't know if it's sandstone, but it's certainly sand between the slabs. It helps that I have 3-inch wide tires, because they float a little bit better in the sand than somebody with 2-inch tires. I knew New Mexico would be tough, but it's really hard to fully grasp what it's like until you're deep in it. This is kind of why I wanted to videotape it. Kind of dated myself, videotape, because I'd like to be able to look back on this and kind of remember what some of the New Mexico terrain was like. I stayed last night in Abacu, Retreat on the River. Sounds like a pretty posh experience, but let's just say it was very much appreciated, but far from posh. The room I had was $10, had a double bed. I used my sleeping quilt with it. Wasn't exactly what I'd call a clean room. If I make it to Cuba, I don't know if there's a campground there or what yet, but we'll see, one step at a time. It's really hard to accumulate mileage. I'm going up this hill 4 miles an hour, 4.5, and zigzagging as well. It's been on and off like this for quite some time. Some of the areas have been more rocky, like a creek bed. I passed 2 young women who were doing a week-long bike packing trip. They started in Del Norte, Colorado. The one young woman, it was her first time, which rugged terrain for her first time, because after Del Norte you've got a long climb Indiana Pass, a long section of road that's more like a creek bed, both up and down. But they're just kind of going at their own pace. There were also a couple of guys who were at the retreat on the river in Abacu. They, from Monterey, they're going from the Canadian border to Mexico like I am. Of course, I did Seattle to the Canadian border prior to, which adds about another 600 miles to the journey. I don't know if I'll see them again. I think they do somewhat shorter days than what I do, but we'll see. Rumor also has it that there's a family of 5 someplace between here and the finish. I think the youngest is 12 or 14. I'd like to meet them. Kind of neat to see a family of 5 doing this together. Earlier, I think it was in Montana, you met a father and daughter team. The daughter was 12. I did a post on them, and I forget what state they're in, but I remember in my post I was contrasting the very healthy family and father-daughter relationship that they have to situations in households which are mired with domestic violence, and how lucky she is. And so it was really neat to see. I see a tiny little corner up here. I'll probably shut the video off and keep up this slog. You have to work twice as hard in the sand that I'm currently in. So either way, this will be a long day. Just got to remember, it's never all uphill. For every part that I go up, sooner or later, there'll be the payoff where I will hopefully get to enjoy some fun, smooth sailing downhill. Let's see if I can get through here without stalling. Hey, whoa! See, this just goes and goes. I'm at about, in case you're wondering, you see the pine trees. You might think I'm at 2,000 or 3,000 feet based on what the Sierra foothills of California look like, but I'm actually at 8,443 feet. Whoop, just went up to 44 feet. 83, 45 now. So I'm climbing. I think I top out around 10. And I think I do that 2 different times today. So I've got to kind of balance staying hydrated and not drinking too much, because I certainly don't run out of water. And the amount that I have with me, I really need to plan on it lasting 2 days in the event that I don't get lucky and make it out of here in 1 day. So with that being said, I'm going to change it up here. I'll see you up the trail. So long.